Welcome to another edition of Get the Food Out of Here. I'm Freddie Rubino. My wife, Christine.
Hello,
Hi,
everybody.
Christine. Christine's a little raspy. She'll be fine. Anyway, what we have today is a great dish. It's called pork ribs. We're getting them right now.
It's called dry rub ribs.
It is, isn't it? Okay, look at these ribs. These are pork ribs. I cut it in half. I have the other half cooking already, so you show what it looks like.
Make sure you get them nice and fatty.
Yeah.
They're juicy and delicious.
Ooh, I like juicy. Woohoo! So what we do with this is we put a dry rub on it. Now, a lot of dry rubs have sugar. Correct, Chris?
They certainly do.
We looked at about 15 of them. They all have sugar. So we're going to make our own rub only because we're on this diet called keto and you can't have any carbs. But if you want to go buy any rub you want, go rub yourself to death.
Or if you want to put brown sugar in this rub, feel free.
But if you want to do it no carb, low carb, on a keto diet, this is the way we're doing it. Okay, first thing we're going to do, what's the first thing we're going to do? We're going to, I should have done this before, spray the pan. Look at this, Pam in the can. Have that Pam in the can, guys? Maybe in Vegas, right? Okay, a little aerosol lubricant. Pam in the can. Oh, that just sounds so right.
I think you need to let it go now.
Okay, now we're going to put the rub together. First thing we do, though, is we have white vinegar, not wine vinegar. And what we do is we coat the ribs with it because it's an acid. All right? Not like from the 60s. This is an vinegar, and what does the vinegar do?
It breaks down the meat a little bit, makes it more tender and juicy.
It breaks it down like it's been married for 20 years. You can't get more broken down than that. Okay, look at that. See? I like a lot of vinegar on it.
Of course, you can never put the correct amount.
Correct amount. Now, a lot of times, the longer you leave this marinating, especially with the vinegar, the more it breaks it down, right?
Of course.
Break it down. Oh. That's my MC Hammer.
That just was so scary.
No, that's hammer time.
Scary.
Okay, now we're going to put a rub together. Okay, now we have the most annoying measuring things in the whole world.
They're pretty.
Yeah, okay. Okay, this is the half teaspoon of salt. Right, honey?
Yes.
You picked this sea salt.
Yes, we're using sea salt.
I could see why. You get that? You see what I did there?
Yes.
Okay, a half. Is that half?
It's good enough.
Half a teaspoon sea salt. Quarter, this is a quarter, teaspoon of thyme. Not thyme, thyme. What does thyme taste like?
Like Thanksgiving.
Oh, that's a good time. For a good time on a dry rub. Oh,
That doesn't sound good.
No, but listen,
Dry rub.
I've had good times with dry rubs. Let me just tell you that right now. Okay, now we got a teaspoon of onion powder. This is the garlic. This is the only recipe we're really gonna write down for you guys. The whole thing. Okay, 1 teaspoon. That was onion powder. Now here comes the teaspoon of garlic powder.
Here it comes.
What?
That's what you said. Here comes the teaspoon of garlic powder, like it's something special.
Yeah, so what's your problem?
Stupid.
Okay, I had a lot more.
Of course
Why?
you do. Because you can never follow a recipe.
Because I'm a rebel. Okay, now the half a teaspoon. Look at this.
Well, if you weren't an old man and you could see, it wouldn't be a
Shut
problem.
mouth. half a teaspoon oregano. The oregano adds so much that I didn't believe it at first, but now I'm a believer. I'm a believer.
Please stop.
Okay, half teaspoon also of paprika. Okay? Now, on the ribs that are cooking right now, we added chili powder.
No, you added chili powder.
To give it a little kick.
I don't like chili powder.
I like to give you a little kick.
So now I don't know if I could eat those.
So you don't eat? Oh, so I eat. Okay, look at that. That's the rub. Now what we do is you gotta mix it. And that's a simple mix.
Oh my God,
What?
how could you mix with that fork? The noise that makes is hurting my teeth.
Listen.
Stop.
I'm out. Now you know what you do to me. Okay. That's it. That's a simple rub. It's already breaking down with this, right? Now, what we do is I put a little on the underside because that's what I do.
If you wanted to and to take the time, you could take off this strip of skin on the back.
You really don't have to.
You really don't have to, but you could if you wanted to.
But if you wanted to. Okay. We took a little, and now on the top, we just coat it. You gotta have it fatty. They gotta be pork ribs. Baby back pork ribs. Let me tell you something. You go to the restaurant, these are like $20, $30 for a rack of ribs this big. This is a half a rack of ribs. We got it at Publix for like $9. Now listen to me. This, when you barbecue ribs, it dries it out. I'm sorry, they get dry. The best way to make ribs is to smoke them. Right? Have a smoker rib?
Not everybody has a smoker.
I don't have a smoker. Okay, we just used the rest of it. And we did good.
Well, you gotta rub it in.
Oh, it's rubbed.
What good is just throwing it on there? It's called a dry rub for a reason.
Oh, I know everything about dry rubs, honey. Believe me. I ain't no stranger. Okay, now, if you want to, what you could do is you could put this in the fridge for 4 hours, 5 hours, overnight, or just put it in. Now, we got something here. It's a meat thermometer. Cost about how much?
$20.
20 bucks. It goes into the meat and it tells you the exact temperature. It's all different temperatures for chicken, pork,
You could
beef.
just Google whatever meat it is and see what temperature is safe to eat, and that's what you put it on.
Now we have one that was already in. It just finished.
You know, if you want, they sell them at Williams-Sonoma. They're about $100.
What?
If you want to get me a really fancy one.
Get a fancy one. This is fancy. 20 bucks.
No, it's like a one from Amazon. I like the nice one from
Yeah, you
Williams-Sonoma.
Okay. So what you do is, look at this. Look what they got me. I just went to Minnesota to do a show, and my friend Rick Canada made this for me. Minnesota, 10,000 lakes. Get the food out of here. FreddyRubino.com. It's got the duck is looking one way, the moose is looking this way, and I'm over here saying, what do you want from me? Thank you, Minnesota. I'll be back. Okay, now what you do is you take this. Honey, you want to take this? And you stick it in the meaty part halfway, and that's it.
Don't let it touch the bone because you won't get an accurate reading.
Right. She knows everything about not touching the bone, believe me. Now this just goes in the oven. Right? It just goes in the oven, right like that. Okay? And then you close it and it comes through. This, for ribs, for pork ribs, what it has to cook to is 190. We had these ribs that were coming out now, cooking for about 3 hours at 250 degrees. They just reached 190. But if you don't have the 3 hours, if you're home, then you know what you do? Put it on 325 the oven. And it'll cook in what, about an hour and a half, hour?
Yeah, I guess.
Yes. Smoked ribs are the best, but if it's winter and you really need ribs, this is the best way to do it. Smoked ribs. My friend invited me over one day. Hey, you want to smoke some ribs? I'm like, yeah, I haven't done that in a long time. You know what we did? We smoked ribs. Look at that.
You're so funny.
Look at that.
That's beautiful.
Is that not beautiful? That is 190 degrees. Look at this. I got a scotch on the rocks.
In your Mickey Mouse class.
Well, it's from McDonald's. This is my Happy Meal. Oh, that's beautiful. Pork and scotch. Finally together. Look at this. Look what ran out of it. See this?
That's the fat.
So I'm going to cut these. These are beautiful.
That's going to fall. You know that, right?
What's going to fall?
That cutting board. Half off.
Is it?
Yeah.
Look out! Okay. Now we got the knife. This is your serrated knife.
Mm-hmm.
You love this knife, don't you?
I do. I have dreams about sticking it into you
Yes,
while you're sleeping.
I'll stick something into you.
That cut pretty easy.
Oh my God. These are beautiful. Okay, I gotta do it opposite. Okay. These ribs. Oh my goodness. Oh.
You could probably cut them with a butter knife.
Oh my God.
That's beautiful.
These are the listen, barbecue dries them out. These are 190. Look at this. They're just falling off the bone. You ever fall off the bone?
I don't like the bone.
No kidding. Look at that. Honey. Now, when you cook ribs like this with the thermometer and it gets to 190 degrees, why is 190 a big number?
Because it breaks down the fat and all of the collagen in the rib, which makes it much more tender.
And that's it. The most juiciest. Now listen, there's no carbs. There's no carbs in this. So what I do is when I'm doing my keto, I'll cook a whole rack of ribs like this. $9 in Publix. And I cut them up and I put them, and if I want a snack, I just reach it. Oh, look at that. Mmm. Oh my goodness.
Those are pork ribs. They're beautiful.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
That vinegar really makes a difference.
Oh. These are the most tender, juicy, flavorful ribs. And they're so easy. I showed you how to put the rub on it. 300 degrees, 325 with the thermometer to 190 degrees. Once it goes off, it's done. And you got the you're right. Look at the fat just melted. Oh. Honey, these are the best ribs I ever had. Except for Harry and Larry's in Winter Garden, Florida.
That's an amazing place, barbecue
Because you
place.
smoke them.
Yeah.
And that's it. Frank Rubino here. Mmm. Oh my goodness. Best ribs you'll ever have. Eat as many as you want. There's no carbs. And with a little scotch, my little Happy Meal. Frank Rubino here. Another great episode of Get the Food Out of Here. Thank you everybody for coming. Get a shirt at fredrubino.com. I'll see you on Long Island and the Bronx this weekend. Get tickets at fredrubino.com. I'll see you there. We'll have a scotch on the rocks together and maybe some ribs. Salud!